What is underneath our pain and suffering? Is it what's happening today? Is it what happened yesterday or the days before? Is it what is about to happen tomorrow or the following days? And how did you learn to feel the pain and suffering in the first place? Hello again. My name is Nicoleta Porosano, and today I will talk about one of my favorite topics, transgenerational trauma cycle of pain. And I'm going to explore with you what is transgenerational trauma, how it affects us, and what can we do about it? How can we heal? It looks like the origin of trauma goes back centuries and millennia to our ancestors and to the cruelty and the barbaric treatment humans have showed to each other. That's our history. It is what we call the transgenerational trauma, the pain that our ancestors have lived, which has been passed from one generation to another until it happened that it arrived at your grandparents, who passed it on to your parents, and they unconsciously passed it on to you. Of course, you might not remember that pain. It's the pain that comes with the transgenerational trauma, but your cells do remember. That pain lives in your genetic memory. And perhaps, since you were born, you have experienced some lived trauma. The trauma that has been somehow displayed to you in the beliefs, in the behaviors, in the education your parents imposed on you. Because our parents, and sometimes even our educators, manifest what they experienced themselves. They can only give us what they have inside themselves. It is as simple as that. And we call this pain childhood trauma. In other words, the painful experiences that we go through in our first years of life. They come in the form of abuse on a physical, verbal, emotional, and sexual level. They come in the form of neglect, I would say unintentional neglect, because I don't think a parent wakes up in the morning and intentionally says, today my job will be to neglect my children. No, they just get trapped into their drama, into their dysfunctions. And as a consequence, we end up being neglected. And trauma also comes in the form of other adverse childhood experiences. We call them ACEs. They are emotionally unavailable parents, witnessed domestic abuse, addicted parents, separation and divorce, poverty, inequality, discrimination, and different other ACEs that can make you feel like you do not matter, like you are not being seen, you are not considered. Everything is happening around you, but no one seems to see what's the impact on you. And these experiences become covert traumatic experiences that will stay in the way of your happiness and fulfillment in life. You see, when you are exposed to this life trauma, you experience that pain through all your senses, all your five senses, or even more. And the memory of that event or events creates pain. Whether you are aware of it or not, that's another matter. But from that point onwards, every time something happens in your life that makes you feel like you're not seen, you're not considered, you are neglected, you are abused, something happens that makes you feel scared, confused, or maybe unsafe, you will relive that pain more or less consciously. And gradually, as you re-experience that pain over and over again, you will transform it into inner suffering. And that suffering is often hidden behind anxiety, behind depression, behind addiction, and different other afflictions. And their dysfunctions, they lead to distorted beliefs. You distort beliefs about yourself, about the people, about the world. And then it leads to guilt and shame, to feelings of deserving to be hurt, and perhaps feelings of not being good enough. And then you lose trust in yourself, in the other people, in the world, and your confidence drops, and your self-esteem drops, and your sense of self-worth diminishes. And then you start to feel inadequate in your body, in your mental abilities, in your spiritual being, and in your social life as well. And in that uncertainty, you have attachment struggles. You have loose boundaries. You cling on people. There is drama. There are conflicts. And your relationships suffer. And here you fall again in pain, which continues, obviously, that cycle of suffering, distorted beliefs, distrust, low confidence, low self-worth, feelings of inadequacy, feelings of uncertainty, attachment struggles, then relationship issues, and then pain again. And that pain makes that cycle continue. And this is how transgenerational trauma works. And you're stuck within that cycle. You're trapped inside. You see, trauma is not a joke. Trauma really destroys lives. If you live in this trauma cycle of pain, you struggle, and you struggle probably seriously. So, what you can do about it? Is there a way out? Yes, of course it is. Firstly, you need to be able to understand your life script, what's been given to you at birth as part of your ancestry. Who were those people? What they lived through? Secondly, you need to give yourself time to explore your personal history. What happened since you were born? And understand, accept, let go of the past. Then maybe learn those lessons that came with that life experience. Then review and reaffirm your values for a meaningful life, and connect with your purpose in life, so you can eventually forgive and heal and repair your relationships with yourself, with your family, with the other people, with the world. This is what we call that fantastic process of post-traumatic growth. Because it comes a time, my friend, when you realize that it does not even matter what you've been through in life. You are not your life experiences. It does not even matter what labels have been placed on you by the world around you. You are not your labels and your roles. It does not even matter where you find yourself in your journey of self-discovery, healing, and personal growth right now. You can start your journey exactly where you are, and maybe take it exactly where you want it to be. That is the real power you have, to make a choice. How do you want to live your life today? How do you make sense of all of these experiences that have come onto your path without you inviting them? And how do you use their wisdom? That's it for now. If you want to get your copy of this roadmap of transgenerational trauma cycle of pain, grab your copy. It's in the link below. And if you want to learn more about all of this and the work I'm doing, see the resources page on my website. Bye for now.